So, welcome students. Today we will discuss some collision few concepts which is for JEE mains, NEET and advanced concept. Today one by one we will discuss. Under collisions we will discuss bouncing condition and also coefficient of restitution. See that first we will discuss coefficient of restitution under bouncing condition. See for case 1. So coefficient of restitution can be defined like this. Coefficient of restitution, coefficient of restitution, coefficient of restitution. See, coefficient of restitution can be defined as E is equal to separation velocity by approach velocity. Separation velocity by approach velocity. Approach velocity. So in first case, see, ball is separated with velocity from ground v, approaches with velocity u. So this is first case. For second case, see that separated velocity. Now u resolve. It is falls at an incline. Resolve u. Approaching component is u cos theta, and the separation component of velocity is v cos alpha. Now you should resolve u and v along normal direction and also along tangent direction. This is u sin theta. This is v sin alpha. Now coefficient of restitution for second case. See that separation is v cos alpha. V cos alpha. Approach is u cos theta. So from that v cos alpha is equal to u cos theta. This is equation 1. Similarly, this is along normal direction. Similarly, along tangent direction, along surface direction, no force is acting. So no force acting, no momentum change. So momentum before collision is equal to momentum after collision. That is velocity before collision is equal to component of velocity after collision. So before collision, after collision, v sin alpha is equal to after collision u sin theta. This is equation 2. Now square and add 1 and 2. 1 square plus 2 square, do it. Then what happens? This one is v square cos square alpha plus this one is v square sin square alpha is equal to u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta. So now you should take v square common. That is cos square plus sin square is equal to 1. That is equal to u square cos square theta plus u square sin square theta. Now reflected velocity is equal to that u square cos theta plus u square sin square theta. This one. This is after collision reflecting velocity, and also 1 divided by 2 divided by 1, do it. And also we can get the reflecting angle alpha. So 2 divided by 1, v sin alpha by v cos alpha. That is tan alpha is equal to here u sin theta by eu cos theta. That you can get sin theta by e into cos theta. That is tan alpha is equal to what you can get 1 by e tan theta. This one is reflecting angle. What angle it is reflected back, and what after velocity is the reflecting velocity, you got v is equal to root of u square sin square theta plus u square cos square theta, and also reflecting angle alpha is equal to tan inverse of 1 by e tan theta. This is the reflecting angle and this one is the reflecting velocity. You got types of collision. See, types of collision: elastic, perfectly elastic. elastic. See, for elastic collision, E is equal to 0. So what happened? V is equal to U, and also theta is equal to alpha. Second one is perfectly inelastic. Second one is perfectly inelastic. Inelastic. Inelastic E is equal to, for elastic E is equal to 1, sorry. Inelastic E is equal to 0. So E is equal to 0, it is no separation. So once after ball falls, it no more separation. Here only. Suppose it falls like this, it going like this. No separation. No separation for inelastic collision. See here, for partial collision, for partial collision, E lies between 0 to 1. Suppose a ball is dropped from certain height, after striking the ground, it rebounds back with velocity v and height it rises h1 after first collision. Next, after second collision, it rises h2. Third collision, it rises h3. Like this. After number of such collisions, it finally comes to stop. So, initial velocity u, after first collision, velocity v is equal to eu, first collision. Also, h1 is equal to e square h, h2. h2 is equal to e power 4h, h1 is equal to e square h, h3 is equal to e power 6, and so on, like this. h2 is equal to e power 4h, h3 is equal to e power 6h. So total distance cover, total distance d is equal to first fall height h, after first collision it rises h1 and falls h2, h1, 2h1, after second collision it rises h2 and falls h2, 2h2, 2h3 and so on. 2h1 e square h, 2h2 e power 4h, 2h3 e power 6h and so on. So h plus, if you take e square h common, 1 plus e square e power 4 and so on. Like this, this is the infinite geometric progression. So total distance covered d is equal to h plus 2e square h into geometric progression, infinite geometric, sum of infinite geometric a by 1 minus r. A means 1 minus term ratio e square. Now simplify it. H into 1 plus 2e square by 1 minus e square. After simplifying, you can get 1 plus e square by 1 minus e square. This is total distance travel after successive rebounds. So in this case, we will once again we will calculate total time taken. So after n successive rebounds, finally it come to rest. What is the time taken? Total time taken. See here, first strike, it takes a time, let us assume t. After first collision, it goes up with the time 1 and comes back at the same time t1. After second collision, it rises with the time t2 and falls with time t2. So total time, before first striking, total time taken is t. After first collision, it bounces up with t1, comes down t1, 2t1. And after second collision, goes up with t2 and down, comes down t2, 2t2. Similarly, 2t3 after third collision and so on. See t, suppose if a ball falls height h, t is equal to root 2h by g, 2 t1, root 2h1 by g, 2 t2, root 2h2 by g, h3, h2 by g, 2 2h3 by g. Time of descent 2h by g formula should apply. So 2h by g, 2 into 2 h1 e square h by g, h2 e power 4h by g, and so on, plus 2 into 2 e power 6h by g, and so on. So simplify it. Root of 2h by g. Now we should take e square, get outside. 2e root 2h by g, 2 e square root 2h by g, plus 2 e cube 2h by g, and so on. After simplifying that, here see that what happened. So finally we got time t is equal to root of 2h by g plus 2e root 2h by g plus 2e square root 2h by g plus 2e cube root 2h by g, 2h by g, and so on. Now we should take common. 2h by g gets same. Should take 2e root 2h by g, take common. Here 1. Here remaining what will be there? E square, and so on. This also again infinite geometric progression. Root 2h by g, 2e root 2h by g. This is a by 1 minus, or a means 1 term ratio e. So after simplifying this, see, now you should take 2h by common. After simplifying that, you can get 1 plus 2e by 1 minus e. So simplify it, you can get like this. Root of 2h by g, 1 plus e by 1 minus e. This is the total time taken. So let us discuss another case. The ball bouncing in a staircase. Each height of step is h and width is w. Here h is very much greater than width. So a ball is fired from one step vertical upward. It rises height h and falls on the second step. From that it rises and falls like that. It bouncing on a staircase. Now what is the coefficient of restitution between ball and earth? Coefficient of shear. Suppose ball is rises to height h, means u is equal to root of 2gh. So it falls to a height of h plus 2h. So v1 you can write as 2g 2h. So coefficient of restitution is equal to separation by approach. So separation is u, approach is v1. So u, what you got? 2gh by approach is root of 2g 2h. Then after simplifying you can get 1 by root 2. This is the coefficient of restitution in this case. Now let us discuss one more case here. A man standing from a vertical wall at a distance L. So he is projected with velocity u. So let us assume coefficient of restitution between wall and ball is, let us assume 1. That is elastic collision. When this ball strikes so it makes an angle theta with the horizontal. So when this ball strikes with velocity v, then again it rebounds back with same angle and same velocity. Same angle. So it is what velocity, it rebounds back with same angle and both angles are same. So it rebounds and it falls at a height. So where it strike the ground after rebounding from the vertical wall, where it strikes, how we can find that? See that. Suppose let us assume if no wall is present, what happens? It follows. This projectile follows like this. So it follows like this. So here what velocity? Same velocity v. So that makes same angle. So the remaining part of a projectile is just like a mirror of this one. Same, this remaining part of a projectile is a mirror for this. So remaining, this whole thing is, it is projected with velocity u. This is u cos theta result. This is u sin theta. So it is a range, all range. So remaining distance is equal to r minus L. So this part is just like a mirror for this. This part is behave as a mirror of this. So this length is r minus L. See here, this part is a mirror to this. It appears as a mirror to this. So this length where this ball strike ground means r minus L. Here r is range. You can find that range u square sin 2 theta by g. What the time of flight means? Time of flight is equal to 2u sin theta by g. It is vertically going with velocity u and down come with so time of flight is 2u sin theta by g. Let us discuss one more case, that is case 5. So in this case, suppose a man projected fired with a velocity, a man standing at a distance L from a vertical wall. So he is projected one ball with velocity u that makes an angle horizontal theta. So here coefficient of restriction between ball and earth is E lies between 0 to 1. So when this ball is strike and rebounds and catched by that ball is catched by that man. Rebounds and that ball is catched by a man. See what happened here? Inelastic collision. Here angle something pi, let us assume. This one let us assume alpha. It is inelastic collision, means angle of projection and angle of reflection different. See here. So time taken to catch it. See the here resolve this velocity into two components. This is u cos theta in vertical direction, u sin theta. So when it is going with velocity after collision, it rebounds back. Let us assume v. So it is going with velocity u cos theta. It comes back with velocity coefficient of v is equal to u cos theta. It comes back. So time taken to reach this point t is equal to L, distance by velocity u cos theta, and it comes back with a time t dash is equal to it. What the time taken to reach? What velocity it comes out is u cos theta. T is equal to L by u cos theta. So time of flight to reach time of flight is equal to, it is going upward with velocity and the vertical direction component of u sin theta, 2u sin theta by g. So time taken to reach is t is equal to t plus t dash, both add. So t is equal to 2u sin theta by g. T is equal to L by u cos theta plus L by u cos theta. After solving this, we can get like this. You can get anything. Problems will come based on this concept. So when this boy projected or fired certain velocity, after collision it rebounds back and he catches. What the time taken? So time taken to boy to wall is along the direction component of velocity u cos theta, t is equal to L by u cos theta, bounce back. So it bounces with velocity u cos theta. Time taken is t dash is. Total time is like this. Like that you can solve problem.